When I found out I was pregnant with Denendeh Rose, I was very excited. I remember jumping up and down in the bathroom quietly so I didn't wake up Shaun. I had to figure out how I was going to tell Denendeh Rose's daddy. I had a meeting to go to, so during that meeting I came up with the idea of making one of those little games that you make out of paper where you pick a number to get your fortune, and then under each fortune I said, "You're going to be a dad." Then Shaun got to do that. He found out he was going to be a dad and he couldn't believe it. Leading up to Denendeh Rose's birth, we were super excited, didn't know what day it was going to be, and we were having contractions, but they weren't regular, and we were just trying everything, going upstairs, walking a lot, and we were so anxious because we didn't know, is she going to be born in 2020 or in 2021? We were in the hospital and we weren't really sure what was going to happen, and finally the doctors had to make a decision that, hey, we're going to have a C-section and she's going to be born tonight. And we were like, what? On New Year's Day? We couldn't believe it. The staff switched over. We had a fresh staff, so they had fresh eyes. It was only going to be an hour and we have our baby in our arms. The baby was born. We heard her first cry and we couldn't believe it. It wasn't even really like a cry. It was just like, hello, I'm here. Ah! It was so cute. It was the most perfect cry a baby could have. Shaun was right away, he was there with her, and I remember asking, did she have all 10 toes and all 10 fingers? And he counted them, and they put her on my chest, and that was so sweet because that was the first moment we were a little family together. And then at that moment, we asked her, what is your name going to be? And we had come up with 3 different names, and we asked her all the names, and Denendeh Rose was the one she responded to, and she knew her name. And we asked her the other 2 names, and she didn't respond to them. She didn't like it. So we kept asking her, Denendeh Rose, are you sure? And yep, she responded. And that was so sweet, our little baby. After that, we went out, Shaun, baby, and me, and we had to feed her right away. So that was our first little challenge as a family, and we overcame it right away. Denendeh Rose has been her little strong baby since she was born. She knows what she wants and she knows how to go after it. She's an amazing baby. I think the first night we spent together, we were really lucky because we actually had my nurse practitioner as our nurse that night, which I felt really safe. And I don't think if she wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have gotten enough sleep. That first night, I honestly was completely drained, had contractions and wasn't really sleeping. Shaun would sleep and me and my sister were up working on a puzzle, and then we'd go back and then my sister would sleep and Shaun would be up with me. And so I was really exhausted when we had that first night at the hospital. I was just so happy that she was born healthy and safe. I think it was just unbelievable. It was very hard to process that we were actually a little family and had a little baby then. And I was just feeling so blessed that she was so healthy. We ended up in the hospital for 6 days altogether. And Denendeh Rose, when she was first born, she had jaundice, which is common for babies. I guess 50% of babies have jaundice, which I didn't really expect. She was born in the right place because all of the doctors and nurses were great. They just helped as much as they could, and I was able to recover as well. And Denendeh Rose was so strong. That is what Shaun and I saw right away. They kept, having to retake her blood tests because they didn't get enough blood or their machine wasn't working. I don't know if another newborn would have handled it as well as she did. She was such a strong little baby and such a good, amazing baby. So easy to just love. When we got home from the hospital, we were so excited and so happy because my brothers and sister-in-law all came and set up the house, and it was amazing. And especially my sister, she went to the store and got us everything we needed: diapers, wipes, baby cloths, towels. She washed everything. She washed our sheets, washed our blankets, washed everything in the house to make sure it was clean, and watered all the plants, and just did everything and made it perfect. Denendeh Rose is my world now, and she is my little baby. She makes me so happy. Setia, Sebebia. You know, it's hard to imagine my life without her, even though it's only been 2.5 months. She has such a big personality. Even when she's sleeping, I miss her, and I just love her so much. She is speaking her own little language, which I feel like I understand. The next 5 years, the world just revolves around her. It's funny because I told Shaun, I think a couple different times, it's amazing. It feels like one of my dreams has absolutely come true. That's a very hard feeling to describe to somebody, when you feel like you're living your dream and you want to knock on wood because you don't want it to stop, and you're so grateful every day, praying and happy that, you know, your dream came true. We got our little baby girl.